Hello everybody, my name is G from the Crypto Coffee. Normally all my videos are in German because my goal is to advance the German community regarding everything crypto and NFT and everything what comes along with that. But I've been tingling around with DAO tools to create a DAO for the German community, and I want to share a little bit of my experience since DAOHAUS is the final tool which I decided to use for my purpose, which fits most. And yeah, let's get started. So this episode is about DAOHAUS, a quick overview over the functionalities and specialties, and what it differs from other tools like Aragon and Colony and so on. So first of all, you have to understand there are different ways to approach the tokens within a DAO, right? The normal way which we used to think about is like for stuff like Curve or all those DeFi stuff, right? The value of each token is determined basically by the buy and sell pressure on the open market and what the liquidity pools can offer you. So like Aragon and so on, they use basically the same principle. So you create the token first, or you determine how much token should be created, and then you put the token on the market, and basically the money flowing into the DAO determines how much the tokens are of value, right? So if someone puts like a million into the DAO and gets like a million tokens, so each token is like values $1, and if you like disperse only 1,000 token for that $1,000,000, so $1 is one token is basically each worth $1,000. On the opposite, we have like a DAO house, which uses a share principle. A share principle is a little bit like a traditional company, share, which you can own basically a part of the company, but the shares are not transferable in compared to the tokens. Yeah, the tokens are mostly in ERC20, so they are interchangeable and exchangeable. But the shares within the DAO house are not exchangeable. They have maybe plans to make it kind of transferable, but at the moment it's not it's not working like that. And the specialty is that each share within the DAO normally has a constant value. So as long as the treasury of the DAO doesn't grow too much or lose too much of value because of the items like which in the treasury are, let's say, 1 million USDT or USDC. So each share always have the same constant value regarding to what's inside the treasury. It's good for people who want to really share a common goal or get there, but not to make a quick buck by joining the DAO, like the financial intentions. When the financial intentions are not the most important to the people, but the community and the interaction with each other, and to get forward with a common goal, right? So that's basically also the reason which I decided for this tool for DAOHaus. And the second one is, of course, that on DAOHaus you have the possibility to use it on different chains. You can see there are other DAOs which are running on XDAI, on Polygon, and also on normal mainnet Ethereum, right? I decided, like, for my community to use DAO on Polygon because it's a very low entry barrier and it's very easy to get onto. Like from many different centralized exchanges, you can just with one step get onto the Polygon. And of course the fees, right? The fees are very important for if you want to have many people join the DAO who have maybe just a little bit money to participate at the DAO. So it's good to choose a low fee chain. I thought about XDAI, but I think since also myself, I didn't interacted ever with XDAI before, so I think it's a little bit far from the mainstream chains, and so Polygon is finally the one which I decided to use it on. And if you want, if you get onto the page, it's app DAOHAUS.club. I will put all links below in the description. You have those for like Explorer. You can just look around on other DAOs. Everything is transparent, right? As it should be. And Summon, you can start your own one. And there are some other things. And you, of course, you can join the DAO Discord. It's a very nice one, and they have a good support there. And so let's get started with Summon. They have already pre-made some different kind of DAOs which you can use. Most of them just differ in the number of proposals which you can make during a single day, and of course the duration of the voting. Be aware that the duration of voting is always these two put together. So like if you do proposal, in this case, if you use venture, it takes 14 days until the proposal is fully in effect, if it's voted through, because you have to wait through the waiting period and the grace period, right? And yeah, the other one are not really of importance. It's just a fee, which you can basically also always change according to the proposal which you want to make. So for my intention, I think I did use hard mode. The main reason is because of this one. Yeah? It's a state primary token. It's a Wrapmatic because we are on Polygon, right? And the reason why I chose hard mode is because in hard mode you can basically specify here at top the primary token. It's a little bit confusing at the beginning. Also for me it was confusing because I came from like Aragon, and token meant there basically the token which you gave away, right, to the people joining your DAO. And here the token actually means the ERC20 token on the Polygon blockchain. So you can put down here the addresses of the token which you want to accept from the beginning in the DAO. Like I put, give me a sec, I think I still have the list here. Yeah, exactly. These are actually the 5 which I put in my DAO from the start. And in this case, like the 5 addresses which I used here are, I think, Wrapmatic, Ethereum, USDC, USDT, and DAI, right? And you can, of course, put whatever you like here, and this will be the tokens which the DAO treasury would be accepting from all members or people joining the DAO. Of course, you can, at later stages when the DAO has been created, you can put proposals to accept additional tokens, but I mean, it takes time, right? And it's better to plan everything out instead of to make it, to put the effort afterwards. So the second is basically the time. Yeah, this is used for voting. I don't know why they used 2 hours as a period, but I think it would maybe easier to like one unit is like 1 hour, and then you would just put 120 hours. It's basically 5 days, right? And but yeah, let's just leave it as it was. And it's basically 5 days and 2 days, 5 days of voting and 2 days of grace period. Grace period is basically after the voting went through, it still has 2 days where the people can decide to really go through with it or just to oppose to it by like rage quit. Yeah, there's a limit which you can reach. When you reach the limit, the proposal will be cancelled. So like when too many people are opposed by the solution or by the final decision of the voting, they can like still cancel it. And the units, I didn't change anything here for my use. And here, this one is actually interesting because you can, if you like already know the people you want to start the DAO with together, like 5 or 10 people, it's easier to put everything already in here instead of to get them into the DAO later at a later stage. And of course you can put like for every guy you get into there, let's see, these are not real addresses, but like you can put like for everyone already a share who is getting into there. So that's basically the number of shares which they start with. And also the DAO has no money in it. Everyone would already like these 5 guys, right? They will each one have the same amount of shares within the DAO. And then you just click summon. It takes a little bit of time, and of course the transaction need to go through. You have to approve it and so on. And then you will get your own DAO. Let me just log in. So then you can see your own DAO here, right? If it's created properly, and you can just get into it. And then you can see additional buttons here on the left. If you are one of the summoner, if you are someone external, you can still see some of the the buttons. I think it should be very similar, like proposal and vault. You can see this, right? That's because of the transparency of the DAOs. And the first one I want to get into is actually proposal. It's I think the most important thing within the DAO, that you can do proposals and people can vote on it. And it's a little bit tricky because let's start with this. You have like groups of different things which you could propose. Let's say the classic, we just want someone new to join. So this is our only text, right? You can make it so like people know what you are really proposing, yeah, because the title is the first thing they see. And shares requested is basically how many shares a new member who's joining the DAO should get after he joined, right? If you don't put anything else and this one get voted through, then the new guy joining the DAO is basically not putting anything into the DAO, but already getting a share of the DAO. Shares, like in the traditional company or finance, basically part of the DAO, right? So I would suggest not to use it this way, because if you already have money in the treasury and you give someone share of the DAO, they are basically get free money. They can quit whenever they want without, you know, without any allowance or anything, and they would just take the money out of the treasury, right? According to their part of the DAO, the shares they own. You can also give them like 1,000 shares or 10,000, even whatever you want. This shares is not limited, right? The total amount of shares is. For our purpose, we just use like one share for each member, and we always put a tribute here. A tribute is basically a requirement. They can basically call it a requirement, but it's not necessary. I would suggest to make it necessary for everyone, you know, who really want to participate in a DAO, because it will filter out a lot of people who don't really want to take part in the DAO. And of course, you can add additional things. And this is very important because, you know, when you don't put the loot and applicant on here, then you are basically suggesting this for yourself. You can put like myself, yes, right, description and one share and one tribute. If you leave like everything like this, right, and you put submit, then it's just a proposal for yourself, because there is no additional address put in here. The system or the script will think, okay, the address which I will take is just your own address, and you are giving yourself one share, right? And so if a new applicant is someone outside of the DAO, then you have to put the real address in here, like 0x something, yeah, from the new guy who wants to join. If it's like someone already within the DAO and you want to give them additional shares, then you can just select the addresses here of the people within the DAO, and if this goes through, they will receive the additional share. And if you like put in here 10 units of Ripmatic, it's basically they want to buy additional share for the value of 10 Matic. This ensures that all shares within the DAO always have the same value. So as long as you let everyone only get amount of shares according to the money they put into the DAO, every share within the DAO will always have the same value, right? Of course, if you like give them 100 share for 10 Ripmatics, this would dilute the value of each share a lot by a whole amount, because we have like currently 3 shares and we will have 103 in total. And yeah, you can calculate for yourself, right? And the loot is also very interesting, because loot is basically like share is the same of the value regarding to the participation at the treasury. So 10 loot is basically 10 shares, but loot don't come with the right to vote. So there will be people, I'm sure of that, they want to which want to join the DAO just to have the financial participation at the growth of the DAO, right? Then they don't want to make any effort to vote on anything or govern anything, right? This is totally acceptable. But then just put nothing here, like 0 shares and like 1 loot, right? This is basically for someone who don't just want to go along, ride along, yeah, but don't participate. And yeah, and here is of course the address of the new member. So if I submit this and get this one through, like title is new member join, right? And then he has to put in 10 Rapmatic in this case, and would receive 1 loot. It's the same value of 1 share, and after vote goes through, he will get that. Now, if you click submit, right, you will see a proposal in this state, and then you will see on the right side unsponsored. This is also a mechanism which to ensure that not too many spams actually get into the voting run, right? This is basically the preparation period of the voting. As long as nobody sponsors a proposal like this, right, it would not go into the voting period. Sponsor means someone within the DAO, a member of the DAO, has to put down money on this proposal because he thinks this proposal is meaningful or would benefit the DAO. So it is the risk of the guy putting down the money here that this vote goes through, because if this doesn't go through, right, if he put down the money here and this proposal get rejected, then he loses this money. Of course, the money is not lost completely, because the money basically just goes straight into the treasury of the DAO. Yeah, the treasury grows a little bit. Everyone participating at the DAO has a little bit more money for their share, but the guy putting down the security here loses his 10, right? So it would be it's a enforcement basically of passive enforcement of only useful, meaningful proposal to actually get into the voting. And if this voting goes through, like here, which we tried out, right? It's 2 yes against 1 no, so the grace period ends in 13 hours, and after this ends, the money of the sponsor who sponsored this proposal would go back to the guy who sponsored it. It's a nice idea, I think, and but still, as you see, this one was proposed by someone outside of the DAO. And if your DAO grows a lot and get a lot of attention, it's nice to have a kind of spam filter. And I was told by the team actually in the Discord to take a look at the boost, and which we will go into later. There's a nice mechanism or additional functionality which can prevent people from spamming the DAO with useless proposals, which never get to be voted, but it will spam the screen a lot, so you can't. It's difficult to get through it. Okay, let's get on with this. The next one is a vault. It's not very interesting. You can basically open the treasury and you can see this is what I said about the token which I added at the beginning of the creation of the DAO. This are those 5 addresses which I put in the first text box. These are accepted at this time, and of course you can use new proposals like here, and white is a new token, right? And then you can put token like Shiba Inu, whatever you like, into the DAO. The vault, and this one, see, this is like additional. You can see basically like an extension of the DAO, right? The DAO comes with basic functionalities, and with this boost, you can add additional. This is a safe minion, which you just saw on the page before, and if you go to the market, there are different extensions for upgrading basically the DAO with additional functionalities. They are all free at the moment, and as far as I know, I saw it, I think, in one of the interviews with the guys from the DAOHAUS, they want to make this similar to like a Google Play Store or iOS store, where you can access different kind of extensions. Most of them will be free, at least, and some are with fees, which will basically finance the DAOHAUS project itself development. There are a lot of different extensions which are useful for your DAO. For me, myself, and our DAO, the first one which we installed, I think it's this one. Yeah, it enables a external minion which controls a multi-sig safe. So basically you can put the treasury, the items in the treasury per voting into the minion, and the minion basically guards the funds which is inside through a multisig, right? This combined with I think it's here, snapshot proposal, allows you basically to have a way to quick use the funding of the DAO for different purposes without going through the long period of voting and grace period. So like if you want to finance some small projects and it's already acknowledged by the community through a basic voting, then you can go like with a snapshot proposal. It's a quick and fast way to off-chain make a vote, and when that is gone through, you can basically have the 3 or 4 people who's in the multisig to execute what it's prepared to do, right? And the second one is, as I said before, this one, the anti-spam bot or extension. If you install this, then you can basically set up the proposals the way that everyone who is making a proposal, I'm not talking about the sponsoring, but of actually making, that click the proposal button and then like putting in the stuff into the fields, that they have to put down a minimum amount of money, right? It goes into escrow, and if it doesn't go through, then basically the tribute, as it said, tribute goes into the treasury of the DAO. This should prevent as most amount of spams, which especially from external, not non-members, and keep it clean, the proposal section. So this are the extensions in the market. And then you have the members list. This is basically just a view stuff. You can see who is within the DAO and who has how many shares. And one additional thing, if people joining the DAO, they normally just appear as a long string of 0x something, right? And you have to tell them that they can go actually into, it's called Ceramic. It's a extension. It costs nothing, but it's on Ethereum. That they have to connect with the ceramic thing, and then they can put down their name, what they can choose themselves, and then they will appear here like with their real names, right? Now let's get to the next one. The settings. Basically you can change something like metadata themes. It's not really of importance, but be aware everyone within the DAO, so every member basically has the ability to change this kind of stuff, right? So the description and the theme, this basically the look and feel of your DAO and the log, right? If your DAO tomorrow suddenly is like named Irene DAO or whatever, yeah, then you can go here and see, okay, who was it who changed the name, and maybe to vote him out or kick him out, right? This is settings, and the next one is the boost we just went through, and allies is not really of importance, and the profile, of course, your own profile, right? Yeah, that's basically everything. To get started with the DAOHAUS, I would suggest you, if you want to really get familiar with it, that you like get 2 or 3 people together and basically build a DAO for the beta phase to try around a little bit, like I also did, and get used to all the specifics of the DAO. DAOHAUS, as I said, it's a little bit different from the traditional model, where the value of each token is not necessarily static or stable, compared to what DAOHAUS offers, right? I mean, as long as the treasury of the DAO doesn't do anything, every share of the DAO always have the same value. So, okay, that's it. A short introduction to DAOHAUS, which I think is a real nice app for creating a DAO, especially if its DAO is the more community focused than financial focused. But still, yeah. Hope you enjoyed it. Give me a like. Maybe follow if you do speak German, because like I said, 99.9% of my videos are in German. But from time to time, I think maybe we'll do 1 or 2 more episode like in English, like this one. And sorry, of course, for my bad English, because yeah, as you know, I just speak German and Chinese fluently. So yeah, that's it. Have a nice day wherever you are. And my name's G from the Crypto Coffee. Ciao, ciao.